Hello students, welcome to Ma'am and Me Academy. I am your mathematics educator Bipul Babu. Today let us start our exercise 3.2. In the previous video, I completed all the examples related to this exercise. If you haven't seen it yet, you can click on the I button there and then check it out. Let us see the first question, which says, form the pair of linear equations in the following problems and find their solutions graphically. Now, they have given you some situations in the first question. You have to frame the linear equation in two variables and then you have to find the solution of that linear equation graphically. So let us see the first situation. In the first situation, it is given that 10 students of class 10 took part in a mathematics quiz. If the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, find the number of girls and boys who took part in the quiz. Now it's a very simple question to understand, right? There are total 10 students, out of which the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. You can make it out from the question that the question is revolving around the number of girls and number of boys, right? That means you need two variables, x and y, to represent this question. Now, can you tell me who is depending upon the other? Yes, you can see that the number of girls is depending upon the number of boys, right? See, here they are saying number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. So, let us assume the number of girls as x and the number of boys as b. It is up to you. You can assume the number of girls as y and the number of boys as x. Okay, it is not a compulsion. Now, so I have assumed here that let the number of girls be x and the number of boys be y. Now according to the question, there are total 10 students. That means x plus y equals to 10. This will be your first equation. It is very simple, right? Now, the second situation is that, or the second condition is that number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys, right? So number of girls is represented by x here is equals to 4 more than means 4 plus the number of boys is y. So you will get x minus y equals to 4. This is your second equation. So you have got two equations, right? 1 and the 2. Now let us find the points to plot and then graphically we will find the solution to this problem. Now you can see on the screen that x plus y equals to 10. This was your first equation, right? So let us find the points for the first equation, for which I am putting the value of x as 0. Now let us find the value of y corresponding to the value of x as 0. So you will get 0 plus y equals to 10 or y equals to 10. Okay, make a table like this and then note the values as soon as you get it, right? That means for x equals to 0, you got the value of y as 10. Now let us put the value of y as 0 and let us solve the value for x. So you will get x plus 0 is equals to 10 and then x is equals to 10. Then note this value here. Now the second equation is x minus y equals to 4. So let us put the value of x equals to 0. Then 0 minus y equals to 4 and y is equals to minus 4, right? So make a table and then note the values. Now let us put the value of y as 0. So we will get x minus 0 equals to 4 or x equals to 4. So in all we got that x is equals to 0 for y equals to minus 4, right? And when the value of y is 0, you will get the value of x as 4. So we have got the points. Now let us plot the points on the graph and then see what is the solution of the problem. Here's the graph in front of you. You can see that the line representing the equation y equals to 2x minus 2 passes through 2 points. First 1, 0, second 0, minus 2, right? And the line representing the equation y equals to 4x minus 4 passes through 2 points which are 1, 0. Okay, this is the same point that the line y equals to 2x minus 2 passes through. Okay, and the second point is 0, minus 4. So what is the intersection point here? It is 1, 0. You can see this, right? It is 1 comma 0. That means the solution of the equations is 1 comma 0. 1 comma 0 will be the solution for your graph. Okay, and do not forget to mention the scale on the graph. It is a universal graph, right? Universal scale. Okay, now let us draw the conclusion for the equations. Okay, let us draw the conclusion for the question. So the conclusion is, from the graph we saw that the lines intersect at 7, 3, right? From the graph we saw that the lines intersected at 7, 3. So the solution is 7, 3. That means the value of x will be 7 and the value of y will be 3. What is x in the question? We assumed the number of girls as x, right? So the number of girls will be 7 and the number of boys will be 3. Now you can confirm, okay? You can check that 7 plus 3 is 10. That means there are total 10 students and the number of girls is 4 more than the number of boys. Okay, so you can check the answer which you have got. Now let us see the second part of the first question, which says 5 pencils and 7 pens together cost rupees 50, whereas 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost rupees 46. Find the cost of 1 pencil and that of 1 pen. Now this is a very familiar question because we have done this type of question in the first exercise, right? Now, as you know that if you know the cost of 1 pencil, you can find the cost of 5 pencils easily, right? Similarly, if you know the cost of 1 pen, you can find the cost of 7 pens, right? That means we have to assume the cost of 1 pen and 1 pencil, right? So let the cost of 1 pencil be x rupees. We have assumed the cost of 1 pencil as x rupees. Let the cost of 1 pen be rupees y. So we have assumed the cost of 1 pen be y. Now according to the question, 5 pencils and 7 pens cost rupees 50, right? So if x is the cost of 1 pencil, then what will be the cost of 5 pencils? It will be 5 into x, right? So it will be 5x plus, if the cost of 1 pen is y rupees, then what will be the cost of 7 pens? It will be 7 times y. So 7y. So you have 5x plus 7y equals to 50. This is your first equation. Now the second condition is that 7 pencils and 5 pens together cost rupees 46, right? So the cost of 7 pencils will be 7x and the cost of 5 pens will be 5y. So 7x plus 5y equals to 46. This is your second equation. You know now, see, if the cost of 1 pencil, right, 1 pencil is 10 rupees. For example, if the cost of 1 pencil is 10 rupees, then the cost of 7 pencils will be how much? It will be 7 into 10. That means 70. Now that we have got the equations, let us find the points to plot. The first equation was 5x plus 7y equals to 50, right? So let us substitute the value of y as 0 here and then find the value of x. 5x plus 7 into 0 equals to 50, or 5x is equals to 50, right? When this 5 is transposed to the right hand side, you will get 50 upon 5, which will be equal to 10. That means the value of x will be 10, right? And for x is equals to 3, I have already told you that substituting the value of x or y to find the points is up to you. Okay, you can put any value as you want. Now I have put the value of x as 3 here. Now let us calculate the value for y. 5 into 3 plus 7y equals to 50, or 5 3s are 50 and this 15 will go to the right hand side. It will be subtracted from 50, right? So 7y is equals to 50 minus 15, or 7y equals to 35. Then you will have the value of y as 5, right? Now then make the table and note the values. What is that? For y equals to 0, you have the value of x as 10, and for the value of x as 3, you got the value of y as 5. Now let us find the points for the second equation, which was 7x plus 5y equals to 46. Now here I am substituting the value of x as 0. So 7 into 0 plus 5y equals to 46, or 5y equals to 46. Y will be equals to 46 upon 5, which is 9.2. Okay, now let us put the value of y as 5. So you will get 7x plus 5 into 5 equals to 46. 5 times 5 is 25, and this will be subtracted from 46, right? So 7x is equals to 46 minus 25, or 7x is equals to 21. Hence the value of x will be 3. Make a table and note the values which you have got. What are they? For x is equals to 0, you got the value of y as 9.2. For y equals to 5, you got the value of x as 3. Now let us see the graph and let us find the solution for the problem. Now you can see the graph on the screen. The line representing the equation 5x plus 7y equals to 50 passes through the point 3, 5 and 10, 0. After joining these 2 points, you will get a straight line as shown in the graph. The second line representing the equation 7x plus 5y equals to 46 passes through the same point 3, 5 and another point, which is what? 9.2, right? 0, 9.2, which is here. Okay, 0, 9.2. Now after joining these 2 points, you will get a straight line as shown in the graph. Now you can see clearly that the 2 lines intersect at a point, right? So I am shading that point for you. This is the point. So the coordinate of the intersection point is 3, 5, right? 3, 5 is the intersection point. So this will be your solution. That means the value of x will be 3 and the value of y will be 5. Now let us see the conclusion of the question. The conclusion is, from the graph we see that the lines intersect at 3, 5. Okay, so the solution is 3, 5. Here the value of x will be 3 and the value of y will be 5. Now according to our assumption, what is x here? X is the cost of one pencil, right? So the cost of one pencil will be rupees 3 and the cost of one pen is rupees 5. Okay, so this is your answer to this problem. Now let us see the second question of this exercise. The second question says, on comparing the ratios a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2, c1 upon c2, find out whether the lines representing the following pair of linear equations intersect at a point, are parallel or coincident. Now in this question, they are asking you whether the lines representing the equations are intersecting, parallel or coincident without drawing the graph, right? So you don't need to plot the graph this time. Without plotting the graph, you have to tell whether they are intersecting, parallel or coincident. For that, you need to compare the ratios of a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2, right? This concept has been taught by me in the introduction part of this chapter. Now, the first equation in the first part is 5x minus 4y plus 8 equals to 0, and second equation is 7x plus 6y minus 9 equals to 0. Okay, now you have to find the values of a, b and c for both the equations, which you will find on comparing it with the standard form of the pair of linear equation in 2 variable. So this is the standard form, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So compare this standard form with the equations given and then find the values of a, b and c. So let us denote the a values of a, b and c of the first equation by a1, b1 and c1. Similarly, let us denote the values of a, b and c of the second equation by a2, b2 and c2. Okay, so here you can see from the first equation the value of a is 5, that means a1 is equals to 5. The value of b1 is minus 4. The value of c1 is plus 8. So I have written it here, a1 equals to 5, b1 is equals to minus 4, c1 is equals to 8. Now let us compare the standard equation with the second equation. Okay, and let us write the values for A2, B2 and C2. So here the value of A2 is 7, right? A2 equals to 7. The value of B2 is plus 6, right? The value of C2 is minus 9. So the values are A2 equals to 7, B2 equals to 6, C2 equals to minus 9. Now let us find the ratios of A1 and A2, B1 and B2, C1 and C2. So A1 upon A2 equals to 5 upon 7. B1 upon B2 is equals to minus 4 upon 6, which is eventually equal to minus 2 upon 3. C1 upon C2 is equals to 8 upon minus 9. You can clearly see that the first two ratios are unequal, right? Here the first ratio is 5 upon 7 and the second ratio is minus 2 upon 3. So both the ratios are unequal. So we don't need to see the third ratio. So we get that A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. This means the pair of linear equation intersect at a point. That means they have one solution. Okay, now let us see the second part of this question. The equations in the second part are 9x plus 3y plus 12 equals to 0 and 18x plus 6y plus 24 equals to 0. Now compare these two equations with the standard form and then find the values of A, B and C for both the equations. If you have understood it from the first part only, then well and good. You can pause the video here and then solve it sidewise. Now the value of A1 is 9 here, right? The value of B1 is 3. The value of C1 is 12. So note it here like this. Now from the second equation we can see the value of A2 is 18, the value of B2 is 6 and the value of C2 is 24. Now let us find the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, C1 upon C2. So A1 upon A2 is 9 upon 18, which will be equal to 1 upon 2, right? Now B1 upon B2 is equals to 3 upon 6, which is also equal to 1 upon 2. C1 upon C2 equals to 12 upon 24, which will be equal to 1 upon 2, right? So it is clearly visible that the ratios A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2 and C1 upon C2 all are equal, right? Their values are equal to 1 upon 2, right? So we get that A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is equals to C1 upon C2. This is the condition for coincident lines, right? This implies the pair of linear equation is coincident. If you haven't seen the introduction part of this exercise, please do watch it. Then you will be able to understand what is this A1 upon A2 equals to B1 upon B2 equals to C1 upon C2. Okay, what is the meaning of this statement or this ratio? Okay, now let us see the third part. The equation in the third part are 6x minus 3y plus 10 equals to 0 and 2x minus y plus 9 equals to 0. What do you have to do? You have to compare these two equations with the standard form, right? And then find the values of A, B, C for both the equations. So here you can see in the first equation the value of A1 is 6, right? The value of B1 is minus 3. The value of C1 is plus 10. In the second equation you can see that the value of A2 is 2, the value of B2 is minus 1, right? And the value of C2 is 9. Now let us find the ratios. A1 upon A2 is equals to 6 upon 2, which will be equal to 3. B1 upon B2 is equals to minus 3 upon minus 1, which will be equal to plus 3. C1 upon C2 is equals to 10 upon 9. Okay, now what do you see from the ratios? You see that the first two ratios are equal, right? The first two ratios A1 upon A2 and B1 upon B2 are equal, but the third ratio is unequal, right? So we can write that A1 upon A2 is equals to B1 upon B2 is not equal to C1 upon C2, and this is the condition for parallel lines, right? We have studied this earlier, right? This means that the pair of linear equation is parallel.